Hey, wonderfuls. How about that episode last night? Tiffany got all up in Sheree's face about none other than Martell Holt, y'all. Yeah, she said, so how does it feel dating a cheater? Y'all, Sheree didn't know what to do with that. She was practically tongue-tied. Now, why you couldn't answer that question, Sheree? Why couldn't your answer just simply be what your thoughts were? Why couldn't you answer that simple, very reasonable question, girl? Because, wonderfuls, y'all know she never really answers. No. What Sheree did was deflect and put it back on Tiffany. She told Tiff that she was a cheater herself. But hey, on another note, didn't Sheree seem out of place to you all? Yeah. The cameras kept cutting to her by herself, and she was looking so very uncomfortable and out of place. Wow, y'all, Martell was working the room by himself. So it was pointed out that their relationship seems to be business as opposed to anything else. Yeah. So, of course, Sheree went and told Martell all about how Tiffany had sort of bum rushed her. She couldn't wait to get all up in his face. And what's interesting about this is that, in my opinion, Sheree confronted him first about whether or not he still had feelings for Mel. I mean, of all the other things that Tiffany had bum rushed her with, that's the one thing that she first mentioned to Martell. Do you still have said something about you still having feelings for Melody? And I'm like, oh my goodness, girl, you are telling off on yourself. And she just had that look of she had this forlorn look on her face, like anticipating this man's answer so desperately. And of course, we all know that liars gonna lie. And that's just what he did. Because, as is clearly pointed out all over everywhere, y'all, and anyone with a brain knows that, of course, Martell wants Mel back. I mean, he can't help himself. So, you, Sheree, are looking for this man to lie to you, and you're going to be satisfied with a lie when you yourself can see all over his face. When you ask that, when he couldn't even immediately, you see all over his face what the truth is. But Sheree, she wasn't there for the truth, y'all. No. Sheree doesn't want to hear the truth. or even think for 1 second that what Martell says a lot of times doesn't add up. What he says a lot of times doesn't add up, and you know it doesn't add up to truth. So, okay. He flickers. No, I don't care about. You know how he talks. No, I don't care about. Okay. Really? Really? Come on now. No, I don't care about. So, when she later got him alone, she too bombarded him. That's what this was. She bombarded him, and she wanted so much for this man to really say something so meaningful to her. She she just couldn't help herself, wonderfuls. With what sounds to me like, and what looked like, pleas of, oh, pick me. She's just looking so desperately for what his answer is going to be with that. And it didn't come off very emotional. It didn't come off very dramatic. It came off as just some sort of little whimpering pet. Oh, no, no. That didn't even sound right. So Sheree is sitting there with the please pick me, and say that you don't have feelings for Mel. Y'all, to me, that's how that was, in my opinion. So that's just one part of the episode from last night. Of course, I'll be bringing other parts that were more interesting as well. But I just had to point that out. She was accosted by Tiffany, and Tiffany just put it straight to her. How does it feel dating a cheater? And remember, you all, she never did answer. She deflected and put it back on Tiffany. And then she couldn't wait to bum rush Martell and ask him, how does he really feel about Melody Shari? So I think she told a lot. She really looked out of place at that event. So talk to you later, wonderful.